So hey, this is what it looks like when you come in. This is the area, this is the parking lot, and I assume this is where we'll meet up initially. The toilet area, as we discussed, is not impressive, but there is this is glamping, so it's outdoor. There's a toilet area, a sink, and of course a shower where feel free to use. And then the general area where the horses and where we prepare for the ride out into Mulch Mountains. To give you an idea of what it looks like here on your way down to where you'll be sleeping. We'll call it the Princess Tents, but while you're here, we'll give it another name, maybe Sweetheart area. So the type of footwear, you need to plan for lots of high grass, and from the toilet facilities and to where the tents are, it's really down in the area down here. So converted into yards, I think you probably got to walk, which is about 200 and maybe 250 yards. I assume the sheeps will welcome you when you get here, but well, with the heat coming on, they seemed a bit lazy recently. As you can see, the grass is pretty high, so well, let's just say high heels are not good for camping. Oh, this, by the way, is an overlook from where all the horses are and into the main house. As you can see, there's a balcony. I assume that we will all be dining and meeting up in the main house and the balcony and underneath for a barbecue Friday and breakfast on Saturday, etc. So now I'm down at the area where we have the Sweetheart glamping, if it's not the Princess glamping. It's out on a small island with water all around it, and I'll just give you a share of the inside. It's not at all made ready, but there'll be fully made beds, etc. And there's an outlook. You can actually open this door and you can look out into the pond around. There's chairs, there's a refrigerator, and you got maybe a 30-yard walk to get to where there's fresh water. And it's a stargazer tent, so you can you can obviously choose to shut the blinds, but it gives you a good view of the stars, and it's out in the middle of nature, so great scenery if you like that. Just outside the tent, there's a little area where you can create a small fire, and there's room for a barbecue if you fancy doing that on your own. And just behind it is what we call an outback bath, which is up here, and my plan is to get that ready for you. So typically it's quite hot water, so that you get to sit and sweat a little bit, and a great place in the evening to look up on the stars and enjoy the infamy of the nature, a bath, and maybe a bottle of sparkling, whatever you fancy. Right, we're back at the starting point. My suggestion would be that we, meet up Friday morning, midday, and spend the day riding a little bit. Probably meet up in the riding area just to make sure that we agree on riding capabilities before we do something silly. My understanding is that you've both been riding before, but before we go out and do the big tour, let's agree that we are all feel comfortable about it, and we can meet up in here. All the horses are Icelandic horses. They are completely very sturdy horses, very fast and very strong horses. Not very tall, but they do move, and they are breed and used in Iceland to move people around, and they can do that both very comfortably in tilts, which is a different way of riding, I think, than you maybe have experienced if you only been on Arabic or Mustangs or what have you in previously. We have a total of 30 horses here, and we will of course match the horses to your riding ability. The riding terrain that we'll be in is a combination of open range, some water areas, lakes, and deep forest areas. And as you can see, it's quite rugged. And what you'll find is that sometimes the skills of the horse and the rider, whatever, can make horse jump a little bit because of the obstacles that are here. So we do anticipate some level of riding skills, and as I said, we'll assess that on the way and make sure that what we do is safe and at the same time challenging, and it gives you a very nice and good riding experience. Here's the fishing boat. We'll be fishing with light gear, small boats. It's an aluminum boat. It's got 15 horsepower on the back of it. It moves quite fast because it's a very light boat, and it's very sturdy and very safe. It has in the aluminum hull, so even if it fills up with water, it won't sink. It will just float at the top. So very safe, and we can easily fit 5 adults without feeling uncomfortable in the boat. But beyond that, it's just too small. But as I anticipate, it'll be the 3 of us. My 2 youngest girls are asking if they can participate, but let's discuss that when you get here. And the fish are not great. It's not huge game fish, but it's small fish. Fantastic eating. They taste awesome. And if we catch some, I anticipate that we will spend some time barbecuing that in the evening. My guess is if we could take Friday, start out with a tour on the horses, maybe an afternoon fishing trip, and then finish off Saturday when we've completed breakfast with another riding tour, and then try to mix it so that we get elements of deep forest and open range and beach riding. within the close compound of the farm itself. You got the sheeps, you got the goats that I shared with you recently, and there's the chickens that will supply us with plentiful of eggs for breakfast. Right, and Simba is a bit taller than that and a bit heavier. Simba weighs in around 80 kilos. Big boy. We have 3 other dogs. We got a number of cats. I'm not really sure how many. Number of rabbits, and the goats, the sheep, and the horses. And I anticipate this is where we'll sit enjoying some dinners, barbecues. Is right inside the kitchen area. We will probably spend a bit of time in here, I assume, that in addition to dogs and what have you, but this is where I guess, depending on weather, whatever, we will eat our breakfast.